I'm West Coast ROB, man, and welcome to my podcast, You Bitch.
You are now listening to YeahDat, the podcast, hosted by West Coast ROB.
We are back once again with another episode of the YeahDat podcast, hosted by yours truly, West Coast Roberto, coming at you live again from the wifey's office. You know what I'm saying? So, I already told you 2022 collection of the episodes are going to be legit. They're going to be more consistent. They're going to be more frequent. We're going to drop them weekly. So here we are. I know, the last episode I dropped was like on the 5th or something. So, I had a little gap in between episodes or whatever. That's just because your boy had COVID. Yeah. But first off, before we get into that, how are you doing out there? Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I always got love for everybody who shows support. So thank you for tuning in every time and listening on all platforms. I appreciate it. So hope you're doing well. Homie's doing well. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when the influx of COVID started in 2020, everybody was pretty shook up, scared, not knowing what to expect or whatever. I'm saying, woo. I went through the whole year 2020, 2021, fortunate not to catch COVID. My family members, same thing. My youngest daughter, she's probably the most germophobic out of everybody in my family. And she ended up getting COVID last fall. So, which, it shook her up pretty bad, but, she persevered and it wasn't as bad. She just ended up having, like a little dry cough, like literally just like a little cough and a slight sore throat. And that was it. So she was laid up, did her time, persevered and got out. So 2022 rolls around, and we hear about, oh yeah, there's a new variant, the Omarion variant, Omicron variant. And, once again, people are starting to freak out like, oh, it's more active, it's more potent, whatever the case may be. So, at work, I work with a lot of people and, we have it to where it's like, if you're feeling under the weather, you don't come to work. You're required to wear a mask at all times when you're on the floor. I work downtown in a building, cubicles type shit. So in order to get into the building, you got to buzz in when you're on the floor. You have to have a mask on at all times. So, me, 100% mask on all times. I got sanitizer at my desk, the whole 9. But I don't know, one at the first week, probably it was like the week of the 6th. The latter to towards the latter end of the week, the homie was feeling tired. I would come home and just like want to lay down and feeling fatigued. Didn't think nothing of it. It's just like, I haven't been sleeping well, whatever. Wake up early, drive to work, go to work, come home. Typical, I'm tired stuff. But, I don't know. Towards the latter end of that week, I was real fatigued. So then Saturday, came. I really don't remember how my symptoms were on Saturday or whatever. Sunday morning, the 9th or whatever date it was, I woke up sore throat, sore throat and fatigued. It's like, not feeling too hot. So I ended up calling out, taking a rapid test on Monday. I had to go stand in line early morning before the little urgent care opened up because, nowadays it's pretty frequent. So you can't just do walk-ins anymore or set up appointments. It's like first come, first serve. So I waited in line. It was cold as heck that morning too. Waited in line, got my appointment, for later on that day, that Monday, took the test, positive. I was like, wow, like how? It's crazy. I'm always masked up. Don't really go out and mess with people like that, but I work with people a lot. It's crazy. It's like ended up getting COVID. And the worst part about it was the sore throat was pretty gnarly. And I don't know what variant I contracted, whatever. I don't know if it was the new variant, the Omicron or whatever it's called, or if it was the variant prior to. But whatever variant I had, the main symptoms I had was fatigue and sore throat. And sore throat was pretty bad. It killed to swallow any beverage, saliva, or whatever the case may be. At night, it would keep you up. And, in order for you to get better, you need to go to sleep. I mean, you need to sleep. That's how your immune system rebuilds, and all that. So the lack of sleep for that week didn't contribute to or benefit me getting better for COVID. I just had mild symptoms. I just had the sore throat, and then the fatigue was just achy. Didn't really have a fever. If I did, it was slight here and there. And then, which was crazy, I had my smell and my taste throughout the whole thing until like the latter end of it, where I kind of felt it like going. I'm like, okay, well, let me eat this cookie cake or whatever. My appetite stayed the way it was. You know what I'm saying? I was eating food, smashing food, staying hydrated, drinking Pedialyte, Gatorade, water, mostly water. But I had the other two aforementioned drinks just for the electrolytes. But appetite was still there. You know what I mean? And I remember one day I was eating like a cookie cake or something. I was like, I can't really taste this. Shit sucks. So then I had a little bottle of Vicks Vapor Rub, because Filipinos, that was a staple of remedy growing up. Your mom put that on you for everything. I know you've heard jokes and all that about it, but it was true because your mom put it on you for everything. You had a bum leg, Vicks was going on it. You weren't feeling well, Vicks. So I had Vicks Vapor Rub, and I would take the lid off and I would smell it, and I could smell it vaguely. So I'm like, okay, well, my smell is still here, but my taste, I can't really taste it. So I would take a sip of Pedialyte, and Pedialyte is pretty potent. Couldn't taste it. So I was like, okay, well, my taste has gone, which is nuts, but I can still smell. And that's crazy because they coincide with each other. But come to find out, I had lost smell in one nostril, really, because I would hold the Vicks up. I would plug my right nostril. I would take a whiff of the Vicks Vapor Rub, and I could smell it vaguely smell it. And then I would try it with the right nostril. Couldn't smell it whatsoever. But, all that's back. I haven't been to work since the week of the 6th of January. And I finally got cleared yesterday to go back to work, So I go back to work on Monday. Right on. However, Monday is not really a work day. I have to go in on Monday because I'm taking this big exam in order to be eligible for promotion. In the military, we're like the only branch that does it. Yeah. So I've been studying for months to take this freaking test. So I can't wait to take the test and knock it out. So it's similar to, like, say, those of you going to law school, taking the bar exam, or those of you pursuing your real estate license. You're studying for this big exam. And then, you study for months, whatever the case may be. Once it's over, it's over. So after Monday morning, it'll be over. I can bury all my study material. Hopefully, hopefully the stuff I studied is on the exam, because the date it fluctuates. The date varies for whatever region you are. So there's a lot of people who have taken the exam already, and some of the comments I've read from people who have taken the exam, it's like, I don't know, for example, there was a meme that somebody says, like, oh, whoever wrote this exam, I have one question for you. Who the fuck hurt you? Like, wow. That was like, wow. And I've heard stuff that the study material that they give us to study, nothing on that study thing was on the exam. None of the study material they hand you out really helped. So I don't know, man. We'll go and we'll see how it is on Monday, and then we'll go from there. But yeah. So, this is me. I mean, all better. I actually still got like a lingering, like, dry cough. Like, it comes every now and again. It's more so when I'm laying down. So I try to lay up elevated. So that's the only thing that's kind of lingering from my COVID experience. But for those of you out there, it's whether you believe in it or not, whether you want to get vaccinated or not, believe in the vaccinations. I mean, it's at the end of the day, the COVID thing's real. The sickness, whatever, you get sick, whether you think it's COVID or not, it's up to you. Just know that there's an illness out there that's easily contagious. So just be on your P's and Q's. I'm fully vaccinated. I haven't got my booster yet though. So we'll see how that goes, and, yeah, so be safe out there, and be vigilant, be aware of the possibilities of you getting sick out there. This is not me promoting or whatever the case may be. This is just me and my personal opinion. So if you wake up one morning with a sore throat, feeling kind of blah, could be COVID. Could be COVID. Get you a little test, and everybody's able to get tests. So yeah. But then on a lighter note, so 2022, man, new year, new season of the podcast, as I like to call it, the new collection of the podcast. As of the new year, actually, I've been on like the podcast grind. I know a lot of y'all have noticed it. For those of you who have helped and supported with the podcast, I appreciate you. Truly, truly appreciate you. I got a gang of guests lined up. I've already knocked out a couple episodes, got those ready to roll. I'm just thinking about when to drop them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to have a guest on every episode. However, on the guests that I do have, they're going to be fairly interesting. And I know you all will enjoy the information and the conversation that I have with them. I'm working on some high profile guests as well, but not all my guests are going to be high profile. A lot of my guests are going to be those on the grind, just like you out there watching, you out there listening. You know what I mean? Everybody has a story, and not everybody who has a story is there or where they want to be at. So, it's good to hear stories of people who are on the grind, you know what I'm saying, aspiring to do things. And for you out there listening, if you can relate to them, if you got tips that helped you, reach out to these people. It's all about networking, which I've been on the network grind in regards to the podcast as of late. So shout out to the all the little groups and the networks and the forums and the platforms that have supported, have subscribed to the YouTube channel. I need a few more YouTube subscribers too, in order for me to have my custom URL. You got to start from somewhere. You got to start from spot A in order to get to Z. And right now I'm at like letter C, D, E range, you know what I'm saying, in the alphabet. But a couple more subscribers and I can get my custom URL. So I can be like, oh, go to youtube.com/woo-woo-woo. So hook the homie up, get on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. I've been updating the channel. The channel's pretty legit now. You know what I'm saying? I got sections for YouTube, for the YeahDat podcast shorts. There's a vlog section. There's the full episode section. So the page is going to be pretty active this year. Very more active than it has been in the past couple of years. So I kind of know the direction I want to go. So I appreciate everybody for listening and helping and supporting out there, man. I truly do. You have no idea, but make sure you get on there. And in regards to, let's talk about love for a second and support, man. So I know I've noticed it in regards to ventures and all that stuff. And it's just something that whatever it is that you're doing or whatever venture that you want to do, just know that not everybody who fucks with you or claims they fuck with you is going to support you in whatever venture that you're doing. So I want y'all to listening to understand that and hear me. And those watching you hear me, because I've noticed it. So with the podcast, you have people who, oh yeah, I fuck with Rob. You know what I'm saying? That's the homie. Woo woo. That's the homie. Now, this doesn't go for every single person who fucks with you or whatever, but majority of them will not support you in whatever venture it is. For example, with the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like for those of you who are new, I'm a pro bodybuilder. And a couple of years ago, when I was on my bodybuilding journey, you know what I'm saying, my pro card journey, which I've accomplished, me and a homie had started a YouTube channel. And it was just like, gym stuff, you know what I mean? Typical fitness stuff that you see nowadays that everybody does, that everybody's an expert about. It was in that genre. So, you got to do the marketing and the plugs. Like, go to the YouTube channel, follow our YouTube page, go like our YouTube page, go like our Instagram channel for this. If anything you want, any questions you have for fitness related, health related, whatever the case may be, go support the homies, blah, 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 blah. How many people that well, now between me and the homie who were doing the page, we knew a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? I was more so the people person out of the two of us, but we all knew we both knew plenty of people. And then the homie was more so civilian side, and he was out there. You know what I mean? We knew a lot of people. So you would think like, oh yeah, man, a lot of people fuck with me. A lot of people show me love in person or whatever the case. So I know I know all those people who fuck with me out in real life is going to fuck with me in my ventures or whatever. But that's not the case in regards to you and whatever endeavors you are pursuing. Now, I've spoken about this topic a couple times with people on past episodes of the podcast, but I've come to the reality where it's like even talking with my little bros a couple of days ago, and it's like you got to come to a point to where you got to stop trying to do stuff to appease other people. Like, for example, me in this podcast, like there was times where I didn't want to do an episode by myself because it's like, I don't know if people enjoy the episodes with just me. I think people enjoy the episodes more with guests or whatever the case may be. But I've come to the conclusion where it's like, I don't care anymore, man. I mean, this is my show. This is my podcast. If you fuck with me, then you fuck with me regardless if there's a guest on or not, just because you fuck with me. You know what I mean? And that just goes for, like plugging yourself on whatever platform. You have so and so many followers and you're like, yo, go to the podcast page, like it. I mean, you're on your personal page, and then you create your podcast page strictly for the podcast. So you would think like, yo, all y'all fuck with me on this. Yo, this is what I got going on. Please go follow, go to YouTube, subscribe, listen to this. Woo, but that's not the case. And I know I've gotten advice from homies like, yo, you're going to have strangers, complete strangers are going to be some of your biggest supporters. And, that is such a true statement. So my advice to the listeners out there and people watching is like, if you're going to pursue something, if you're going to start a podcast, if you're going to start music, if you're going to start a YouTube channel reviewing whatever, or a YouTube channel doing lifestyle or vlog or whatever venture you plan on doing, just my advice to you is just 1, be patient. 2, just stay true to you. Do it because you enjoy it. 3, don't do it for the folks out there, 4, don't rely on the people who are your so-called friends or the people who fuck with you, because at the end of the day, majority of them won't do it. They'll claim they will, but they won't. They'll watch an episode or 2, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's crazy. It's just crazy to me. Like I said, I've touched on this topic several times before, because I just find it crazy. Because me personally, Rob, if I fuck with you and you have a venture or you're pursuing something, then, I'm going to fuck with your venture. I'm going to support your venture. And that's just, I don't know. That's just how I am. That's just how I've always been. I'm loyal as fuck. So that's just how I was raised. I'm saying Cali is like, I didn't have no brothers, no big brothers, no big sisters. I have a little sister. So my homies were my brothers. So if something went down, I was down. You know what I mean? If they needed something, I was there. So it didn't change. It's regardless. Like if you're a DJ and you plug your music, I'm gonna plug your music. I'm gonna listen to your music. I'm gonna put your shit out. If you're an author, I'm gonna read your shit. I'm gonna put your shit out. You know what I mean? If you're an artist and you fucking draw and you paint or whatever, you put it out, I'm gonna put it out. Simple as that. It's like that's what homies and friends are supposed to do to each other. But the fact that people don't do it nowadays, it's just crazy to me. And I know the times are changing due to social media and stuff like that. But with the times changing due to social media and all that stuff, that shouldn't determine or dictate the type of friend you are, the type of loyalty you have. If anything, it'd be easier to promote and support your homie via social media and networking. So for those of you out there, again, I know I've gone on a little rant, but if you're doing something, just do it for you. The following will come. Just be consistent with it. I mean, don't switch it up. Stay true to who you are, and don't chase followers and likes and all that stuff. Like my youngest, she, the teenagers nowadays live on social media, despite it being promoting or detrimental to their health or whatever. They live on social media. So on my youngest, she gets a lot of views on her page, on one of her pages, whatever. And I told her, I was like, one, I know you're gonna do this stuff, but don't chase likes. All right, don't do stuff just to get likes or whatever. If you get them, cool, you'll get them. The more you do it, the more you'll get. The more followers you get. So she's I know she's noted. I've noticed that she's kind of living by that motto, because I've heard her say it a couple of times while she's been recording, and she's got a lot of fucking views on a lot of her videos and shit. I mean, the likes aren't there, but the views are there. So I try to limit their time on there, but teenagers and pre-teenagers, man, it's crazy. But yeah, that's my advice to you listeners out there. I hope you guys and gals are having a great year thus far. And, it's the beginning of the year. So it's a time where a lot of people like to start new ventures. Will they finish them? You know what I'm saying? Most of the time they do not. Hopefully you do. And by the time the end of the year comes, you got a good little buzz, and you can look back and be like, damn, that's crazy. I started this at the beginning of the year. Now look at me. I'm woo, woo, woo. You know what I mean? So whether you're a photographer, whatever, if you're posting your stuff, keep posting it, man. Just know that I, West Coast Rob, will support your shit. I will like your shit, and most strangers will too, before your so-called close homies will. And then even people who or acquaintance with will like it over homies that you're tight with. I've noticed that too. That's crazy. Like I've known people who I spoke to him once or twice, maybe. Those people right there will be the ones to like and follow and support heavier than your closest supposed right-hand man, right-hand gal, whatever, man. I've noticed that shit too. So just keep that in mind when you're starting stuff. Cause I noticed on a lot of the podcast platforms that I'm on and forums or whatever, there's questions like, oh yeah, what should I do to start my pod? Woo, this is this, blah, blah, blah. What advice you got? So, I'll be trying to go on there and drop some knowledge. So, but for those who are listening, it doesn't just apply to a podcast. It applies to whatever you want it to be. If you want to be a supermarket sweep host, do it because you want to be the best supermarket sweep host. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Don't want to beat a dead horse, but that's my little rant about that. Right now, I know for those of you watching, you see me, I got my lumberjack jacket on. You know what I'm saying? I know there's like a little community of, I forgot what they said the community was called, like I forgot what it was called. I was told about the community, when I was in Texas. It was funny, but, got my lumberjack jacket on cause it's been snowing here where I'm at. You know what I mean? So, and the sun is out. It's nice. Good little photo. I might go outside and play, get some sledding on with my little mamas, throw some snowballs at my dog and shit. And, it's cold though. It's 20 something degrees. And it feels like it's 17 or something like that. It's crazy. So got that on tap, but, yeah, I appreciate you for tuning in. I promise for you new listeners, the solo episodes are more in depth. They're more, I got more shit to talk about. I just wanted to kind of blow the dust off, get some episodes in. You know what I mean? I don't try to drop filler episodes, but I got a lot of guests coming up. So stay tuned. Yeah, I already got a gang of guests lined up, and then I'm working on a couple more. Man, just stay tuned. That's all I can say. Stay tuned. I ain't gonna spoil who's coming on, the type of guest that's coming on. Just know that I got guests for guest on guest on guest. Oh yeah, for the pod coming up, man. YeahDat. So gonna end that here. Make sure you follow the homie on all social media platforms. You can listen to this podcast on all social media platforms, from Apple Podcasts to Spotify to Audible, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast. I'm on Amazon, Google. I'm on everything. So I'm on every podcast platform. If you want to watch the episodes, go to YouTube. I told you I need a couple more subscribers in order for me to create a custom URL. So please go on YouTube right now and just type in West Coast Rob, and then you'll see me. I'll pop up. Get on there, watch the episodes, watch the shorts, subscribe to the channel. And as soon as I hit that minimum limit of followers or subscribers, I can create my own, and I can be like, yo, youtube.com/whoop. Get there. But make sure you do that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Instagram.com/YeahDat podcast. You know what I'm saying? For everything that has to do with the podcast, I'm be more active on that one. Vice my personal joint. So Instagram.com, get on Instagram, follow me at YeahDat podcast, all one word. Twitter.com. You can follow me on Twitter at WestCoast_Rob. Where else, man? Yeah, those are the three big main ones that I'd be on. Instagram, YeahDat podcast. YouTube, type in West Coast Rob, and Twitter at WestCoast_Rob. Those are my three most active ones. Get on there, follow me. And if you're listening on whatever platform you're listening on, please make sure you rate it, you comment, you share, whatever the case may be. Big shout out to everybody who listens on Ghana. This is like my number one platform. Shout out to everybody in Asia, in India, in the UK, in Germany. Those are some of my big OCONUS foreign listening spots. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening, for being avid followers of the podcast. Make sure you follow me on the podcast and drop me a line on Instagram at YeahDat podcast. I love conversating with and interacting with, listeners and whatnot. So thank you everybody for listening, and thank you everybody here at home in the US for fucking with the homie. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure you follow, you like, and all that stuff. If you want some shades and all that stuff, some goggles for your snowboarding sessions and your shredding sessions on the slopes, go to blenderseyewear.com, type in West Coast Rob, one word, and save you some money on some shades or some goggles for the new year, new you. Go to blackstonelabs.com, use promo code WestCoast_Rob, save you some money on some supplements for a whole new, bigger, better, stronger, faster you. Yeah. And then if you're trying to start your own podcast and you're looking for a type of platform, uncertain of what platform to use, go to riverside.fm. There's a link in the description that I'll drop right there. You can go on there, and it's one of the best platforms ever. I'm not the only one who uses it, man. CEOs use it. Influencers use it that you follow. Trust me. Ones that you follow for motivation and all that stuff. This is the platform they use, man. I didn't get it from them. It's just a coincidence that we all use it. But it's top-notch-ish. Go to riverside.fm. The link is in the description. Click on it for your free trial, and then just go from there. But that being said, I'm going to end the podcast here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Until the next episode, it's the homie West Coast Rob signing out. YeahDat.
West Coast Rob.